Hi, everybody. I feel like through this assignment, I learned a lot about Kansas standards, and I also felt like me and my principal were very well on the same page about what we thought about most of these standards. Um, I would say about 85 to 90% of the standards we scored modeling or transitioning, especially in our leadership one. We have a lot of PLC groups, and just recently we have gotten the grant for teacher leadership compensation. We've always had these committees or small group leadership, but we have now this year are able to be paid for those. Before it was just, this is the committee you're on and here you go. So we have our grade level team leaders, we have curriculum leaders, we have our ESL strategies or implementation leaders. I don't know if you've heard the SIOP model, but we have been implementing that over the last couple of years. We have our high achievement team leaders, and we have our authentic intellectual worker AIW leaders. We meet mostly once a month, except for our curriculum teams and our grade level teams. Those we meet once a week. So we have quite a lot of PLC time. Every Wednesday we get out an hour early and have power hour, so that's when we would meet with the other teams monthly. Another area we're doing really well in is standards-based grading, so student-centered, very student-centered, very rigorous, no fluff. Here's what we want to do. We follow the Iowa Core, so it's very similar to the Common Core. My principal's leadership style, I think my principal shows laissez-faire leadership style. She's very hands-off. She's a delegator. She will pop into our rooms frequently, but she'd never, unless it's an official evaluation, she won't ever call us in and say, hey, I noticed what you were doing is, we need to work on this or whatever. She might say, hey, I'm really proud to see what you're working on, so give us a little positive feedback. But she likes to let other people take leadership, especially because we're in the classrooms where we know what we need, we know what our students need, and so that helps because then the teachers themselves can be the leaders rather than her being the leadership of all of those groups. Let's see, she does not require us to turn in lesson plans, so that's again just kind of saying I trust you. You have the expertise. I know what you're doing is good. So where we can improve, I felt like our personalized learning, we are struggling with that right now, and all of the teachers are really wanting to have more of that. I'm going to work with this group while that group is going on their own because they're perfectly capable. So this year we had a group it's called our pilot group, and they are piloting competency-based education. And so we're all trying to learn the ins and outs of that so that we can definitely go that way. The standard that would support that is standard 4. And the benchmark that I really stood out to me about this was to ensure instructional practice that is intellectually challenging, authentic to student experiences, recognizes student strengths, and is differentiated and personalized. Another way we can make it more personal is to really incorporate those different cultures in our classroom. The more we go, the more we're going to, I guess we've had more diversity come into our classroom in the last couple of years, and so more even non-English speakers. So making sure that we have different languages posted on different items around the room, and also that are maybe the content they can read in their own language. So that would go with standard 5 with the effective leaders benchmark, infuse the school's learning environment with the cultures and languages of the school's community. The last one is parent involvement. Parents come a lot to athletic events or concerts, but struggle to get them in for academics. I feel like we focus a lot on the negativity and not so much on the positivity. We do have a parent academy that's at the beginning of the school year, but we have had poor turnout for that. So maybe we need to, if we change that, maybe we need to try to figure out what are better ways that we can communicate to parents and get them here. Also, kind of including that whole cultural shift, we mainly live in a predominantly Dutch community, and within the last 10 years, we've had a lot of Hispanic background coming in. With that shift, maybe our teachers need to shift as well. Maybe it's we need to learn some Spanish so we can communicate in the community, or maybe we need to, like I said, allow our students to freely use that to learn the material. So that would go with also just getting more involved and not being in our own bubble. I feel like I am in my own bubble, and I don't like to reach out to other groups in my community. So just doing that might yield some correlation between school and the families. So that would be standard 8, effective educational leaders engage families and the community in meaningful, reciprocal, and mutually beneficial ways to promote each student's academic success and well-being.